Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Bambico. For today's video, we'll be taking a look at the Heckler Koch VP9. And yes, it is pronounced Coke, like the drink, or the recreational drug. Anyway, before I continue, I will make sure the pistol is clear. We're good. Let's continue, shall we? Back in 2014, when these were first announced, I remember the H&K rep came into the store I was employed at, and I was really interested in them, and I really wanted to get one, yet it took me 9 years to actually get one for my collection. One of the guys I was working with was telling me how he wasn't really fond of the pistol merely because when he held it, he noticed his thumb was right in the slide catch. I figured that really wasn't going to be an issue for me until I just started shooting this gun and realized that, yes, my thumb is right in the slide catch as well. So on the last round, of course, the slide doesn't lock open. Which is odd because when I first shot one of these a few years ago beside the Heckler Koch P30L, I didn't have that issue. And as I did state in my Glock 21 video, I had the P30L, didn't really care for it. In fact, I ended up trading the P30L for the Glock 21. And after I bought the P30L, I was thinking, man, I probably should have just gotten the VP9 instead. And well, now that I have one, really doubting that as well. Besides my thumb right in the slide catch and not allowing the slide to lock back on the last shot, I noticed I don't really care for the trigger either. And while the actual trigger pull isn't too bad, though it is a bit spongy, it's the trigger reset I'm not really too fond of. And what I mean by that is when I go to actually let the trigger reset, it's not as easy for me to control the reset. So I notice it's kind of spongy going forward, then right as it breaks and resets, it kind of forces my trigger finger a little too far forward. Not horrible, but not the same as some of the other firearms I have. Something, well, maybe it's just me and maybe the gun has to break in a little bit more. So I figured, well, let's try some of the other firearms I have real quick. So I was like, okay, well, first let's compare it to the Beretta 92FS. I was able to control that relatively well. Then I was saying, well, how about a 1911 real quick? Definitely no comparison. So after the 1911, why don't I try a CZ75 real quick? Somewhat similar. Better trigger pull though. Well, now you might be going, well, those are hammered fired guns. Okay. Let's try a Glock 17, shall we? Well, I could definitely control that much better as well. Yep, definitely can. Oh, how about the M&P9? That was really short running the reset. A little spongy there. No, definitely a much shorter reset and much easier to control as well. Now you might be going, well, those aren't H&K pistols. Okay. Let's compare it to the USP. Now this is the only other H&K pistol I have. It's not striker fire. It is hammer fired. No, not too bad either. No, I can definitely control that much better than the VP9. Yep. Now, so far, that's just my experience with the VP9. It does only have 300 rounds to it. Maybe if I put another 300 or even up to 1,000 rounds, the trigger might get a lot better. Overall, I would say the VP9 is a good gun, but so far, I would say it's not for me. As I did say in my third episode of Gun Shop Tales about how what firearm works for me may not work for you, in this case, what works for you may not work for me. In this case, the VP9 doesn't seem to really work out well for me. Which is a shame because I really do like H&K pistols. I like the USP. I wouldn't mind getting a Mark 23. I wouldn't mind an SP5, or if I could, I'd like to get the actual MP5. But that's just how the laws go, unfortunately. Unless, of course, I want to drop, what is it? They go for like $20,000, $30,000 for an actual select fire MP5. Not that it wouldn't be fun, but is it really worth it? I don't think so right now anyway. Maybe in the future I'll dive into the machine gun realm. Who knows? Anyway, I might give this gun another chance, but who knows? When I was shooting it, I was initially using Fiocchi 115 grain. Wasn't working too well. In fact, on the second round, this occurred. I had the same reaction you did, and that happened on 3 occasions. I then began to shoot S&B 115 grain, and I could definitely hear the difference between the 2 cartridges, and there were no malfunctions either.
Just go ahead and round it off.
So other than my thumb riding the slide catch and not being too fond of the trigger reset, the gun is good. I will give it another chance, as I said, but I really don't know if I'll buy any more HK pistols after this. Hopefully all I have to do is actually shoot it a bit more. Well anyway, that was my video on the Heckler Koch VP9. If you enjoyed it, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Click that bell icon so you're notified when I upload new content. Leave any comments you have in the section below, and have a good day. See ya!